Proverbs chapter 4, verse 25. Let thine eyes look right on, not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread. Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread. Now, every year something happens. A lot of people take a pen and a paper and they make New Year resolutions. Some people call it goal setting. Some people call it your vision board, and they write out things they want to achieve in the course of the year. We've discovered that most times it is not everything that is written on that paper that comes to achievement, to accomplishment. Why is it so? Because a lot of people just have the ritual of writing, but they don't go above and beyond to execute what they have written in a disciplined manner. That's why we're looking at this today, disciplined execution of goals for excellent achievements. The question we need to ask ourselves is a very simple question. The goals you wrote down in January 2022, did you achieve all of them? Did you tick every one of them out as achieved? And the goals you are going to set for 2023, are you going to achieve them? Now, if you are going to achieve your goals for 2023, there is just one thing that will determine whether you will achieve those goals or not, and that's in the word discipline. The difference between one who achieves all his goals and the one that is an excellent planner, it just ends on paper, is discipline. The Bible says in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2 of Jesus, it says, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of God. Jesus had a goal in mind, and he stayed on despite the obstacles. He actually kept his eyes on the reward, and that made it very easy for him to look away from the challenges that came to derail him. What an awesome example we have in Jesus. To set the tone, to set the pace, to give us a template for excellent achievement in 2023, we'll be looking at 4 disciplines, 4 things that we can pattern our lives after to ensure that each goal we write down, each goal we put on a vision board, each goal we set, that we achieve and accomplish every one of them. Discipline 1, we'll look at focus. Discipline 2, we'll look at follow. Discipline 3, we'll look at feature. Discipline 4, we'll look at finish. Discipline 1, focus. Prioritize and pay attention to your top goals. Discipline 2, follow. Identify and act on your lead measures. Discipline 3, feature. Keep a compelling scoreboard. And finally, discipline 4, finish. Consistently creates a culture of accountability. Let's look at discipline number 1, focus. Prioritize and pay attention to your top goals. Most times we've seen the wind blowing, and when the wind blows, maybe when it comes as a wild wind, it picks up things around, paper, debris, and it spins them in a circular fashion, in a circular manner. And when that spinning is going on, the paper, the dust, the pieces and particles of leaves and dry leaves, they are all just going in a circular fashion. They are making movements, but there is no progress. They are not covering any useful distance. They're just going round and round. And that is how a lot of people live their lives every day. They just come, wake up, they go to work, they pursue the shadows. It is called the wild wind. They get into the wild pool. They just allow the wind to toss them around, and they look at their time. It is 5 p.m. They close their laptops, shut down their computers, and they go back home. The next day, they continue the circle all again. The cycle just continues, moving in circles. And if we are going to achieve our goals in 2023, we must ensure that we not just focus, but we prioritize. James chapter 1, verse 6. James chapter 1, verse 6. I'm going to read in James chapter 1, verse 6. It says, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. Verse 7. For let not that man think. The man that is driven about by the wave of the sea, tossed here and there, let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. Now look at verse 8. A double-minded man. A man without a focus is a double-minded man. A man that, yes, I want to do A and I also want to do B. I want a little of this and a little of this, is a double-minded man. And what does the Bible say about that man? It says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. There's nothing he does that is stable. He's very unstable. Many goal setters are given to the wild wind movement. I've said it before, in the pursuit of their goals. They keep making movements, but there is no progress. We must identify our top priority goals and put our focus on those goals. I understand the challenge of young people is we want to do so many things at the same time. We want to multitask. We want to do graphic editing. We want to do photography. We want to do programming. We also want to do a little of content creation. We want to do digital marketing. We want to sell books. We want to practice engineering. We want to do. It's good to be skilled and multi-talented, but it is not good to multitask. A multi-talented man that does multitasking will end up having multiple injuries. He will end up having multiple projects that are all late, and none of them is closed and finished excellently. You will get to 2020. You'll get to the end of 2023, and you have started so many things, but none of them have actually been closed out excellently. Remember, there is the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. It says that 20% of your goals will give you 80% of the result you want in life. So you have about you have a lineup of goals. Prioritize them and put all your efforts on the top 20%. I tell you, if you put in all your effort on that top 20%, at the end of 1 year, you will see a paradigm shift in your life. You would have moved forward 1,000 times. You would have gone forward. You would have made about 80% progress in life. Now, you will do something for me. You will take your pen and your paper and you are going to write down what are the goals you have for 2023. Now look at those goals you've written down. Which of them are you putting an A against? So finish it up, get to the next goal, finish it, get to the next one, finish it. Activity number 2.